Hello students, welcome to my channel Chemical Crystal Palace. Today's topic of discussion will be Knoevenagel reaction and its mechanism. What is Knoevenagel condensation? The condensation reaction of a carbonyl compound with an active methylene compound such as acetoacetic ester, malonic ester, cyanoacetic ester in the presence of mild bases like diethylamine, piperidine or pyridine is known as your Knoevenagel condensation. Now let us look at some of the terms used out here is what is the meaning of an active methylene compound? An active methylene compound is such a compound which possesses a methylene group or the CH2 group between two strong electron withdrawing groups such as two cyano groups or nitro groups or carbonyl groups. If such a species is present in which the CH2 is bridged between two electron withdrawing groups, then that CH2 is known to be our active methylene group or active methylene compound. Now let us have a look at what is this acetoacetic ester. The chemical formula of acetoacetic ester is CH3 OR. This R can be any alkyl group, so this is known as our acetoacetic ester. Now let us have a look at our malonic ester. Malonic ester has the formula of CH2 COOR and COOR. This is our malonic ester. Next, the third which we learn about is our cyanoacetic ester, which has the chemical formula of CnCH2 C double bond O CH2 CH3. This is our cyanoacetic ester. Now these three compounds which we got, this acetoacetic ester, malonic ester and cyanoacetic ester, are examples of our active methylene compound because there is a CH2 present between two electron withdrawing groups in all the three compounds. Okay, so these are examples of our active methylene compounds. An example of Knoevenagel condensation is your benzaldehyde, which is the carbonyl compound, is reacted with malonic ester, which is an active methylene compound, in the presence of a base, that is diethylamine or pyridine, any we can use, will get an alpha beta unsaturated product which undergoes hydrolysis along with decarboxylation to form our cinnamic acid. Now let us have a look at the mechanism of this condensation reaction. Let's see the mechanism of the reaction. In this first step, we'll have the abstraction of the proton from the active methylene compound by the base to form the carbanion. Now let's see what happens here. We use the base diethylamine, so the formula is Et2NH. It will abstract a proton from the diethyl malonate or the malonic ester, whichever you are using. Here I am using the malonic ester. It will abstract a proton from the malonic ester, that is from the active methylene group, to form the carbanion plus the protonated base. The base, that is the lone pair from the nitrogen, abstracts the proton and forms the protonated base. The step 2 of the reaction, what happens is the carbanion attacks the carbonyl carbon. So this is our carbon ion. We can write here carbon ion. This species will attack our benzaldehyde, which we had used as the substrate. So we have benzaldehyde as this is our alkoxide ion. Now, in the third step, we will have the reaction of the alkoxide ion with the protonated base. So we write the alkoxide ion again. And we use the protonated base, which was this here again. What will happen here is one of the protons from the protonated base, this is our protonated base. One of the protons from the protonated base will be abstracted by the O negative of the alkoxide ion to form this compound. And back the base again, EtNH. Fourth step we will have is the dehydration of the hydroxy compound, which we obtained in step 3. What happened here is the compound which we obtained in step 3, we write it down again. This was the compound. Elimination of water molecule will take place here. The water molecule, that is hydrogen from here, this hydrogen, and this OH will be removed simultaneously, leading to the formation of an alpha beta unsaturated product. This is our alpha beta unsaturated product. Okay, why it's alpha beta? Because if we notice here, this is our carbonyl group. The carbon just beside this carbonyl carbon is called our alpha carbon, and the one just next to the alpha carbon is our beta carbon. So as the dehydration had taken place from the alpha and the beta position, so this is known as our alpha beta unsaturated product. Step 5 will have hydroxylation and decarboxylation simultaneously. The alpha beta unsaturated compound which we obtained undergoes hydroxylation, that is addition of water molecule simultaneously. This is the first step, and in the second step, removal of CO2 to form our cinnamic acid. This is cinnamic acid. So now we can say that Knoevenagel condensation is a modification of our aldol condensation. Some important points to be remembered in case of a Knoevenagel condensation is that both aromatic and aliphatic aldehydes gives this reaction. Okay, For steric and electronic reasons, ketones are less reactive than aldehydes. We used here benzaldehyde. If any other ketone would be used, that would be much more less reactive than an aldehyde due to our electronic and steric reasons. Hence, ketones react with compounds having powerful active methylene group like ethyl acetoacetate or cyanoacetic acid ester in that way, but not malonic ester, which we used in case of our reaction with aldehydes or benzaldehyde. We used malonic ester, but when we have to use ketones, that time we will be using much more powerful active methylene group compounds such as ethyl acetoacetate or cyanoacetic acid ester. And another point to be noted is in Knoever-Nickel condensation, the use of excess active methylene compound. This is the active methylene compound should not be used in excess. What is the reason behind it is, it will not undergo Knoever-Nickel condensation that time, rather it will undergo Michael condensation whenever a huge amount of the active methylene group is used. So this is all for today. I hope you people understood the mechanism. If any questions you have, you can ask in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.